Coach, those last 10 possessions, they went scoreless, 9 of 10 of them. And talking about just the defense and how you wanted it to change, this whole week, what was the difference in the fourth quarter?
It was the grind, it was individuals who made their mind up. They were going to impact the outcome. And they knew kind of where we are at this point. And every game that we win is going to have to be and start on the defensive end of the floor. I thought Isaac was phenomenal when Kuzma down the stretch. And then our big guys cleaned up the glass when he had the one shot. So not giving them second opportunities and forcing them tough shots, gave us a chance to win it.
I was actually going to ask you about that defensive play that Isaac made on Kuzma right at the end there. What does that type of defensive play do for a team, for your team, to close it out? I mean, even with just the energy that brings.
I mean, that's it. That's the grind that we have to play with. That's the only way we give ourselves a chance. And the guys knew that, and they gave themselves a chance tonight.
Kelsey, the Athletic, JB, going off of that, how much did you guys need this win, just building off of, pre-All-Star and then the game on Thursday, just like and with all the injuries that have been going on?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I was less concerned about the results and more concerned about the effort and the performance. If we do the things and play the way that we play, I can live with whatever the results are. I just thought that, our past 2 games, we weren't ourselves. So, win or loss, if we're ourselves and the best version of ourselves, like we can live with that.
And then Lowry getting going on that stretch, especially from the perimeter, but just continue to work back, but him being able to go on that run, how helpful is that? Just kind of that spark on the offensive end, especially.
I mean, we need all the buckets we can get. And I think people have forgotten or underestimated the ability of Lowry and what he's capable of. He's had a difficult year this year with us battling COVID and the injuries and those things. But he's a hell of an offensive weapon. So we've got to find more and more ways to keep using him. And he's got to continue to contribute the way he did tonight.
Ashley Bastock, Cleveland.com. JB, you guys had 23 points off turnovers, and you had quite a few in the first half, and that seemed like it was helping keep things close. When you don't have a true point guard, especially out there, how key is it to take advantage of those extra possessions that you guys get?
I mean, we've got to manufacture buckets no matter what, no matter how we can. And, again, it all starts for us with our defense. And our defense has to get stops, one, but if we can get some conversions where we can get out in transition and get some easy baskets off their turnovers, we need that as well. So we've got to figure out a way to manufacture runs, and that's what we're doing.
And then a handful of plays, like I think of Lowry finding Jarrett at the rim with about 3 minutes left in the fourth, and Jarrett and Isaac got a shot blocked, grabbing the ball and going up with it. Like the bigs just seem to have so much awareness and seem to be so in tune with each other. Just at this stage of the season, how key is that, again, especially with the personnel issues you guys are having now?
Well, I mean, if we continue to play with our 3 big guys, they have to find a way to impact. And, again, it's been so in and out, you know what I mean? Like we've missed a ton of time together. So we're still working on that. But, their willingness to try and, their willingness to do for each other will give us a chance.
Thanks.
Marla right now, Racker Beacon Journal. Yeah, if my notes are right, Jarrett scored like 8 points in a row in the fourth quarter. Just did you see him try to take anything upon himself at that point? Yeah, I mean, I think, again, he understood the circumstances that we were under. His leadership style is to outwork the man that's in front of him. And those were the plays that he was making. It wasn't a bunch of just one-on-one and, those types of plays. Like he was winning in the trenches on both ends of the floor, in that fourth quarter. So he understands how important he is to us and how he can impact winning for us. And you led for hardly, it was not very much. But did you see, like, in the way the second half was going, that with your effort, that did you see something that encouraging? Yeah, we just believe in these guys. And, we believe that they can find a will and a way. And the defensive end of the floor is where it was. We talked about beforehand their effort.
you know what I mean, and how hard we had to play and the level of competition that we had to bring. And I think, you know, we trust in them to do that and that they're capable. And they did that tonight.
Yo, G.
I do because I kind of coach Isaac, obviously, without you talking about his defense, but without scoring a lot of points, they're getting too much offense going. Can you talk about how he affected the game, just loose balls, everything, another way?
I mean, you know, he's the type of player who honestly can score 0 points and be the most impactful player on the floor. And, you know, it's not sexy. You know, people don't write about it. You know, I'm glad you asked about it. But, you know, his impact on winning is second to none and has been, you know, since he's been here with us. You know, we've put him in some extremely difficult situations, you know, since he was a rookie here. And never once has he flinched, never has he wavered. You know, the only thing that he does is try to help us win. And, you know, he wins it in the effort. He wins it, you know, in a way that most people aren't willing to do it. I think that's why we're lucky to have him.
And then similar question kind of about Brandon Goodwin. Again, not a huge shooting night, but he kind of affected the game in a lot of ways. Talk about his start.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we asked him, you know, to pick up full court and kind of set the tone for us. You know, be the head of the snake defensively. Let the 4 guys that are behind you see you working and feed off your energy. And I think he did a great job of that. And, you know, he guarded multiple people. You know, we had to switch him on the pope late in the game. And I thought he did a good job of fighting through screens and and keeping his water shut off as well. So, you know, we've got a bunch of guys that want to help, you know, and he's another one of those guys.
Chris, you got it? Before I let him go?
Can
All right.
can I ask one more?
Just ask your question, man. I don't mind.
Go ahead, Mark. All right, go ahead, Mark.
No, I just wanted to ask that, it was in the third quarter, but Kevin misses the first shots blocked and Jarrett swoops in for a dunk. I mean, it almost felt like a game-changing moment, even though it didn't give you the lead. Cut it to 1, I think. Just, like I said, what kind of awareness does it take from Jarrett to get that when the possession is not going well?
I mean, it's, you know, all of it is kind of the same, right? It's what do I have to do to help this team win? You know, it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be pretty, but what do I have to do? And, you know, our guys are willing to do that. You know, Jared has a motor that allows him to do things that other guys his size can't do. And he can keep doing it over and over and over again. So, you know, he just wants to help us win, and that shows it.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com, KJV.
What's up, Chris?
Can you speak to the impact that Jetty had, especially in the first half, like keeping you guys in the game with his offensive production?
Yeah, he gave us a chance. You know, we were struggling offensively, and you know what's most impressive to me is, like, you know, he took the conversation that we had and he turned it into action. He understands, you know, how much we need him and what he's capable of. And, you know, I thought the past couple games, you know, he was in and out of it. But we talked to him, and you know, we knew and told him how important he is to us, and he responded.
Given everything that you're missing, has there been a specific conversation with the guys about just like, it's time to win ugly?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. And you know, it's ugly, but it's winning the competition and winning the scrap, right? Like, you know, we can't afford to be pretty and smooth through things right now. You know, that hasn't been our identity to this point. And when you're missing so many, you know, parts of your offense, you've got to figure something else out. And we have to, as an individual and as a team, outwork the man and the team that's in front of us to give ourselves a chance. And I think we did that tonight, especially in that fourth quarter.
Thank you.
Last one, Evan.
Evan Dameron, Facebook News. JB, you mentioned to us the other day that you were challenging Evan a little bit to be a bit more aggressive in terms of scoring and in terms of playmaking. We kind of got a glimpse of that tonight. Were you pleased with some of the results you saw from Evan on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, we know what he's capable of, and you know, he is a dynamic two-way player with versatility and skill, you know, in a frame that we don't see often. So we need him to be aggressive. We need him to be in attack mode. We need him working both sides of the glass. We need him facilitate. We need to be able to put the ball in his hand. So I thought tonight, you know, he was aggressive and he made the right plays.